Hey everyone, James Lynch here doing a quick reaction video to Derek Brunson's knockout victory over Edmen Shahbazyan at UFC Vegas 5. And this was a upset win. Derek Brunson was the underdog heading into this fight. If you guys watched my podcast this week, I talked about how I thought the line was a bit off. I certainly thought Edmen should have been favored, but Derek Brunson's a guy you can never count out. And you just look at the fact that he's fought the who's who in the middleweight division already. Here's the guy that's fought, Israel Adesanya, Jacare Souza, Robert Whittaker. So he's fought nothing but tough competition. And Edmen Shahbazyan just hasn't fought that level of competition so far in his career. As far as the fight itself, the first round I thought was pretty good for both guys. Both guys showing a lot of good stand-up in this one, but really in the second round is when the tide started to turn. You could see Shahbazyan getting tired. Brunson doing a great job of getting Edmen Shahbazyan to the mat, and I actually thought that Derek Brunson had knocked out Edmen Shahbazyan at the end of that second round. I was actually very surprised the referee didn't stop it there. It looked like he was out. Even when the doctors were talking to him, you could see he was not himself here, so they really should have called that a second round knockout, but it didn't matter because once the third round started, Derek Brunson took advantage and knocked out Edmen Shahbazyan. So a lot of things to unpack here. First off, Derek Brunson now on a 3-fight win streak. He had lost 2 in a row before to Jacare Souza and Israel Adesanya. So now Derek Brunson, as far as I'm concerned, is a contender at 185 as far as this win goes, because he finished a hot prospect. He's got 3 wins in a row. Derek Brunson, he deserves his due here, and he deserves to get a step up in competition here. Now, I don't know if that's Jack Hermansson. I don't know if that's Darren Till, but either way, he's got to get that type of opponent next, in my opinion, just with the type of win he got here tonight. Now, Edmen Shahbazyan, I can already hear people saying, and I'm already seeing it on my social media, people saying, he was overhyped. I don't think this is a bad matchup for Edmen Shahbazyan. I think this gave us a lot of ideas of where Edmen Shahbazyan is at this point in his career. I mean, we can't forget that he came off a first-round knockout win over Brad Tavares in his last fight at UFC 244. This was the right move for him because I think most would agree that prior to tonight, Derek Brunson had pretty much been a gatekeeper at 185. He's not that anymore, but certainly leading into this matchup, it was a good test for both guys to see where they were at. I used the example on Twitter of the Rory McDonald and Carlos Condit fight ages ago. I think it was Rory McDonald's second UFC fight. He was a young guy fighting a veteran in Carlos Condit. McDonald actually looked good in that fight. He ended up losing via TKO in the third round, but similar comparison in the sense that when Rory lost that fight, that was the fight that got him to leave Toshido MMA and go train exclusively at TriStar. I'm hoping that'll happen here with Edmen Shahbazyan. I do think coaching is a bit of an issue here, being coached by Edmond Tarvinian. Again, I don't think that's the only reason he lost tonight. I think experience is a big part of it as well. He's fighting a guy, like I said, in Brunson, who's fought the who's who in the middleweight division. So great lesson here for Edmen Shahbazyan. But for people looking to write him off or laughing at him, it's like, look, this guy's 22 years old. He's got a ton of potential in this division. He's done very well leading up to this fight. So, I mean, it's just a setback. He'll get back in the winning column, I'm sure. I just think a little bit more seasoning from Edmen Shahbazyan, and that's fine. He's still got plenty of his career left, so I think this is a good learning lesson for him tonight. And like I mentioned, for Derek Brunson, he's definitely got to get a step up here now. Like I said, a Jack Hermansson, a Darren Till makes sense. They've already booked Robert Whittaker and Jared Cannonier, so I think you could definitely do a Brunson and, like I said, Hermansson or Darren Till fight. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who do you think Derek Brunson should fight next? Who do you think Edmen Shahbazyan should fight next? I know this is very fresh, but curious to get your guys' thoughts. I'm going to recap this entire card on Monday on Octagon Outlook, which is on the Line Movement YouTube channel. I'll have the link there, or I'll plug it again on Monday for sure. And then Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, I will be previewing the entire Derek Lewis and Alexei Oleinik card from top to bottom. So tune into that as well. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Lynch on Sports, and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, youtube.com/LynchOnSports.